Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope everybody is doing well. And it's Troy, your favorite new boomer on YouTube. And the only reason I say that, I had somebody 2, maybe 3 times actually leave comments that I was his new favorite boomer on YouTube. And of course he wasn't using the word boomer like a lot of people do as being derogatory or being mean towards somebody in my age bracket. It seemed like he was being legit. Unfortunately, I forgot his name, forgot to write it down or screenshot it, and so if that was you and you watched this video, please let me know if it was you in the comments. So as you can see in this video, I have some important new information for those who have Polymer80 buy, build, shoot kits. And let me show you, let me tell you how I came across this information. Somebody sent me this lawyer's information, and I'm not affiliated with this lawyer. This person is not my lawyer, but what I found out about him and his firm and what they do, and then what he said about the situation with these Polymer80 buy, build, shoot kits, I think everybody should hear this. So this guy's name is Joshua G. Prince, and he is in Pennsylvania, and he has a law firm. And just a little bit about him. Joshua is very rights-oriented. As such, he has focused his practice on firearms law and has become the chief counsel of the Firearms Industry Consulting Group, also known as FICG. And that is a division of civil rights defense firm, PC, where he has represented more than 2,000 individuals, 300 federal firearms licensees or FFLs, and several dozen gun clubs / ranges on various state and federal issues. He is an avid firearms collector and a target shooter who owns numerous Title II NFA firearms as well as Title I firearms. More importantly, he understands the need for a dedicated firearms lawyer who will ensure that the state and federal right to keep and bear arms will not be infringed. Joshua has taught numerous continual legal education seminars on firearms law for the Pennsylvania Bar Institute. And it goes on further and further, but that's a lot of the big pertinent information on this guy. Now, let me get to what he has said about what people should do if the ATF shows up to their house and wanting to confiscate your buy, build, shoot kits made by Polymer80. He wrote on his blog, as many in the firearms community are aware, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, ATF, raided Polymer80 Incorporated last week, and since then, there's at least one report of a customer being visited by the ATF and forced to surrender their P80. Given what appears to be ATF's active enforcement of its interpretive jiggery and pokery, that's his words, ever-changing interpretations of the Gun Control Act in implementing regulations, it is important that any individual confronted by the ATF, regardless this newly minted interpretation, advise the agent that he/she is surrendering the items under protest. Very important, surrendering the item under protest. That you don't consent to forfeit or destruction of your property, and that you require a property receipt form from the ATF. Be aware that the agent may attempt to have you sign an ATF form 34001. I'm going to repeat that again. Form 34000.1. Consent to forfeit or destruction of property and waiver notice, which you in bold letters should not sign under any circumstances. In the event they ask you to sign the ATF form 3400.1, inform them that the only, in bold letters, only ATF form you are willing to sign is the ATF form 340023. I'll repeat that again. The only one that he says you should sign is the ATF 3400.23, which is the receipt of property and other items, as the 3400.23 does not contain language wherein you agree to forfeit / destruction of your property. You should also attempt to take photos of your items, which if you do have one or more than one, now you probably should be taking pictures, numerous pictures, and even getting them. I would say, he doesn't say this, but even send them somewhere or have them somewhere else in the cloud or whatever, so you have pictures of what you do have, so you can prove the condition that they were in when taken by the ATF, as well as find any receipts or other information relative to your purchase of the items. It would also be prudent to separately document your experience of the encounter in writing, such as location, date, and time of your interaction with the ATF agent or agents, the names or other identifying information, their ID number, contact number, business card, etc., of all ATF agents or persons you spoke with, the details of all discussions, and any other information they told or provided you. You should also demand a copy of the executed ATF 340023 form. If they tell you that they'll mail you a copy, in addition to requesting that they do, you should take a photo of the executed form with your phone. After compiling all these documents and information, you should place them in a safe place. Now, when I had the visit from the ATF and they gave me that cease and desist letter, they didn't even offer or tell me that they were going to send me the copy, and that's what I had to do, is take a picture of that, and then later on they sent me one anyway. So that there can be no misunderstanding on ATF's part, I would strongly recommend sending a letter consistent with the below to the ATF agent that took your item or items, because in the event the ATF elects to institute a forfeiture action, they are required to serve you with a copy, and in that event you should immediately contact an attorney if you wish to challenge the ATF's ability to forfeit your property. And so he goes on to say exactly what you should, this letter that you should write. It says, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. It says, insert field office address or ATF agent's name, and then also the date. And then it says, Dear Agent, and then that person's last name. As I informed you on the date when you took my blank, hereafter such items, I surrender them under protest, as I understand ATF contends that my continued possession of these items would result in my arrest and prosecution, as I dispute ATF's contention and authority in the matter. I am only surrendering my items to preclude my arrest and prosecution. I do not consent, in bold letters, I do not consent to the destruction of my items, nor do I consent to forfeiture of my items. I assert all my rights pursuant to the U.S. Constitution and all applicable federal laws. In the event ATF's newly minted interpretation is enjoined or deemed unlawful by a court of law, I expect ATF to immediately return my items at no cost to me, and expect that ATF will not cause any damage or harm to them while in its possession. And it says, a salutation, thank you for your time and assistance in the matter. Yours truly, insert your name and address. And then he also writes, of course, at the bottom, if your rights have been violated by the ATF or any other federal administrative agencies, do contact the Firearms Industry Consulting Group today. So that's the information that I have for all those who own the Polymer80 buy, build, shoot kits. I know this video is long, but I wanted to read that in its entirety. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about this lawyer in his firm, in his group. He seems like a legit guy. His information seems on the up and up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.